Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into the absolutely hilarious and honestly totally fascinating phenomenon of why our feline friends just completely lose their minds over catnip. I mean, if you've ever hung out with a cat, you know exactly the kind of silliness I'm talking about. But, this isn't just some funny party trick. It's actually a pretty captivating story of chemistry, genetics, and biology all rolled into one. So let's break down exactly what's happening inside your cat's brain when they get a whiff of this magical green stuff.
Okay, so we've all witnessed the mystery, right? One moment your cat is just lounging there peacefully on the couch, looking completely undisturbed. They're the absolute picture of serenity, probably taking their third nap of the afternoon, just letting the world gently pass them by. It's that classic, aloof feline calm we're all super familiar with.
But then, boom, total chaos. Suddenly they're rolling around, they're zooming across the house and acting downright silly, like they've just hit the feline jackpot. You toss them a little catnip toy, and out of nowhere they're rubbing their face all over it, purring super aggressively, doing those little bunny kicks with their back legs, and maybe even vocalizing way more than usual. I mean, they literally go from 0 to 60 in an instant. So, what is it that actually causes this dramatic transformation?
Well, let's get into Section 1, the clues, uncovering the chemistry.
So, the main culprit here is actually a member of the mint family. Scientifically, it's called Nepeta cataria. It's native to parts of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, though nowadays it's grown pretty much everywhere for toys and treats. But the real magic? It lies in a secret chemical weapon, a completely natural compound called nepetalactone. This super potent compound is hiding right there in the leaves and stems of the plant.
And the way it works is honestly incredible. Just a quick sniff sends a signal straight from the nose to the brain. See, when your cat breathes in that nepetalactone, the chemical literally binds to specific receptors right inside their nose. That triggers a rapid response in their sensory neurons, which instantly lights up the emotion and reward centers of the brain. Researchers basically compare this to a massive, temporary burst of pure euphoria. It's wild to think it's just a direct neurological reaction to a simple plant.
Which brings us to Section 2, the plot twist. Exceptions to the rule.
Okay, so here's a pretty fascinating plot twist for you. Get this. 30 to 50% of cats feel absolutely nothing from catnip. No reaction whatsoever. So if your cat completely ignores that little plush mouse you bought them, don't worry. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. It turns out the ability to respond is a genetically inherited trait. It's literally a genetic coin flip. They either have the gene to detect nepetalactone or they just don't.
And on top of that, little kittens under 6 months old usually couldn't care less about it either. Even if they do have the right genetics, this biological sensitivity only develops as they get older. So if you brought home a tiny kitten and they turn their cute little nose up at it, just give it a few months. Their brain's chemical receptors might just need a little more time to fully wire up and come online. Now, for the cats who did win that genetic coin flip, the wild euphoria is actually surprisingly short. We're talking just 5 to 15 minutes. It's a super intense but very brief window of excitement. After about, say, a quarter of an hour of all that zooming and wrestling, their sensory neurons literally just stop responding to the chemical. So the really crucial takeaway here is that after this little burst of joy, they hit a refractory period. Basically, they become completely immune to the stuff. And this immunity window usually lasts anywhere from about 30 minutes up to a few hours. This perfectly explains why, if you keep offering your cat more and more catnip right away, you're not going to get that same dramatic response. Their brain literally just needs time to reset the whole system before they can feel that euphoria again.
But wait, here is one of the most surprising biological quirks about all of this. While smelling the plant causes that crazy hyperactivity, physically eating it completely flips the script. If your cat actually ingests the plant, the compound interacts with their system in a totally different way. It actually acts more like a mild sedative and completely chills them out.
Plus, just like humans react differently to, pretty much everything, individual cats have entirely unique baseline responses. Even when just smelling it, some cats won't become those hyperactive zoomers. Instead, they'll just melt into this super relaxed, affectionate puddle of absolute contentment. They might just want some extra pets, get really sleepy, and just lounge around feeling incredibly deeply relaxed.
All right, let's wrap this up with Section 3, the resolution, safety, alternatives, and enrichment.
First off, you might be wondering, is this stuff actually safe? Well, for the vast majority of cats, catnip is absolutely harmless. Most commercial catnip products are perfectly safe when used as directed. But, like most things, moderation is key. If you give a cat way too much, it can sometimes lead to some mild stomach upset, or just leave them feeling temporarily overstimulated and way too hyped up. Offering it occasionally rather than all the time really helps keep the experience fresh and prevents any kind of sensory overload.
Now, what if your cat is in that 30 to 50% immune group we talked about earlier? Well, don't worry, you can definitely still unlock the fun. There are some really great cat-friendly botanical alternatives out there that trigger very similar neurological reactions. In fact, many cats that totally ignore catnip will go absolutely crazy for things like silvervine, valerian root, or Tatarian honeysuckle. It's actually a really great idea to just test a few of these out and see which specific plant unlocks your cat's playful side.
At the end of the day, catnip really isn't just a funny party trick. It's a vital tool to keep our pets physically active, mentally stimulated, and engaged with their environment. Especially for indoor cats, who, let's face it, might not get as much varied stimulation as outdoor cats do. It's a fantastic way to encourage much-needed exercise, cut down on daily boredom, and prompt some really healthy play behaviors. It just provides this incredibly enriching sensory experience that taps right into their natural feline instincts.
So the next time your cat starts rolling around on the living room floor like a total goofball, you'll know exactly what's going on inside that little brain of theirs. It's pretty amazing to uncover the rigorous science behind this sheer silliness. And honestly, it leaves us with one final thought to ponder. If a simple little mint plant can unlock such wild, incredible joy in our cats, what other everyday wonders are hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be decoded by science? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, stay curious.